While there isn't any big out-of-state games this week like we saw last week with St. Thomas Aquinas and Bishop Gorman, there are still some big-time matchups led by a huge Texas showdown between Austin Westlake and Lake Travis. And all 10 games feature in-state games as we start nearing closer to playoff time. 2017 Texas commit Sam Ehlinger showed he has recovered from a knee injury in Westlake's 44-14 win last week against Hayes. The four-star quarterback finished the night with 4 touchdowns through the air, and he only played the first half because the game was over by halftime. Lake Travis has answered back strong after a season-opening loss to Judson. Hank Carter's boys have reeled off 4 in a row, and they are one of 5 bubble teams just outside of the excellent 25 rankings presented by the Army National Guard. And they're loaded with playmakers, with 2017 SMU commit Charlie Brewer slinging the rock, 2017 Arkansas commit Malik Barkley making plays all over the field. He leads the Cavs in rushing and is second on the team in receiving. And 2017 Wisconsin commit Cade Green and 2017 SMU commit Cade Brewer helped form one of the most dangerous offenses in the country. Get your popcorn ready for this one, because 2 of the best teams from Austin want to prove they're the top dog in the city. And Lake Travis has dominated the series as of late, winning 8 in a row. But hey, you know Sam Ehlinger is licking his chops to get at least one victory against the Cavs before his high school career is over. The top-ranked team featured in the games of the week are the boys from Santa Ana, California, the modern-day Monarchs, who check in at number 4 in the top 25. And they lock horns with Santa Margarita in their Trinity League season opener. And hey, their 4-star quarterback JT Daniels has been one of the best QBs in the country. He's thrown for 1,925 yards and 28 touchdowns in only 5 games this year. The St. Brown brothers have been one of the best duos at the wide receiver position. Osiris, the older brother, a 2017 Stanford commit, has nearly 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. And the younger St. Brown, Amon-Ra, the 4-star junior wideout, leads the team with 469 yards receiving and 10 TDs, and he checks in as the number 6 receiver in the 2018 class on 24/7's player composite rankings. This will definitely be modern day's toughest test to date, though. They have outscored the opposition 278-21 through 5 games, but Santa Margarita rolls in 4-1 with its only loss coming to number 18 Mission Viejo in the season opener. From one of the toughest leagues, the Trinity League, to another, the North Jersey Shore United Red Football League features a big-time matchup also between the number 1 team from Jersey, St. Joseph Regional, and arguably the most prestigious team from New Jersey, Don Bosco Prep. The Green Knights got a monster win last week against previously ranked Bergen Catholic in double overtime and found themselves as one of the 5 bubble teams just outside of the top 25. And Don Bosco has got back on the winning track, winners of 2 in a row after starting the season 0-3, and got legendary head coach Greg Toll his 300th career win a couple weeks ago. From New Jersey to Georgia is where we find the only other top 25 team playing in our games of the week, as number 6 Roswell hosts Lassiter, and the Hornets have proven to be one of the best defenses in the country. They haven't allowed more than 7 points in 1 game this season. And hey, it's really cool what Lassiter's doing also. They've had a dramatic turnaround. After going 0-11 just 2 seasons ago, they enter Friday night's contest a perfect 5-0, and they're having the same type of turnaround we saw Roswell have, because back in 2011 they finished the season 0-10. Now Roswell is by far the toughest team they have faced this year, and if they can keep the game close, that will be a moral victory in itself, because they got to deal with 4-star safety Xavier McKinney and one of the top defenses in the country. The Sunshine State has a big-time matchup also, as the top team in the 6A state rankings, Mainland, puts its 6-0 record on the line against a very talented Cocoa team whose only loss came to the number 1 team in the country, Bishop Gorman. This game features some of the top recruits in the state, as the Bucks are led by 4-star safety Cyrus Fagan. The 2017 Florida State commit is one of the most athletically gifted players in all of high school football, and Denzel Houston has been a PTPer here in 2016. The 3-star Western Michigan commit will play wide receiver most likely at the next level. but he has been balling at the quarterback position, and he's been one of the most exciting players to watch in all of Florida. And the quarterback on the other team isn't too shabby either. Coco's four-star athlete Bruce Judson is one of the best playmakers in the country, and he is 300 yards away from eclipsing the 6,000 total yard mark for his career. And all 5'8", 165 pounds of Javian Hawkins has been one of the quickest shows on grass this year, and he reminds me a ton of the St. Louis, now I guess LA Rams, Tavon Austin. From one coast to another, California has another big game as Folsom and Del Oro lock horns in a battle of two of the top teams from the Sac Joaquin section, as Del Oro checks in at number 2 and the Bulldogs are the number 5 team in the section. The Golden Eagles are 6-0 for the first time since 2009, and if they hand Folsom its second loss of the regular season, it would be the first time in 5 years. Just up the coast a little bit in the state of Oregon, we got a top 5 matchup of Oregon 6A powers as number 1 Westland travels to number 4 Tigard with first place on the line in the Three Rivers League. And there will be a couple of big-time playmakers on the field in this one. Tim Tawa, a Stanford baseball commit, is one of the best gunslingers in the country. He is a 2-time state player of the year, and he's the Jake Browning of Oregon football. He owns the state record with 9,041 yards passing and 113 touchdowns. Now on the other side, he has to go up against the number 2 player in the state in 4-star defensive back Braden Lindsey, who is one of the best two-way players in all of high school football. We got 3 more games as 2 top 5 teams from Arkansas, Bentonville and Harbor, battle it out with sole possession of first place in the 7A West standings on the line. Illinois got a big-time clash also between Rochester and Sacred Heart Griffin. And you know this is going to be the talk of the table at Thanksgiving this year for the Leonard family, as coaching legend Ken Leonard, the head coach of Sacred Heart Griffin, is 3rd all-time with 355 career wins in Illinois state history. And his son Derek is the head coach for Rochester, and they are 113-30 in his first 9 seasons as head coach, to go along with 5 state titles. But Daddy's got all the bragging rights right now, as they have met every season since 2010 when Rochester joined the Central State 8, and Pops owns a 5-1 record against his son. And in the final matchup of the games of the week, it features one of the best players in the country, Montgomery Bell Academy's Ty Chandler, and he will help try and lead his boys to a win against Brentwood Academy. Chandler, the 2017 Tennessee commit, checks in as the 6th best running back in the 2017 class on 24/7's player composite rankings, and he has nearly 1,200 yards rushing to go with 25 touchdowns.